Hi folks, my name is Saleo North. I'll be your breathing coach, and I prepared this video to give you guys a quick introduction to the biomechanics on breathing. This is good info to know before doing the exercises, so you get to know the how, the where, and the why. And to start, it's necessary for you all to do a little bit of a breathing assessment on yourselves to see what kind of breathing style you're breathing in, which body parts of yours are moving while breathing. So please put yourselves in front of the mirror and have a look. Am I getting taller on an inhale? Am I engaging my shoulders and my necks for breathing? That would look something like this. This would make you a vertical breather. Or are you using solely the middle of your body by expanding the belly area forward and around body and exhaling and narrowing? This would make you a horizontal breather. There's of course a breathing style that contains both of them as well. Most adults, 9 out of 10 adults, breathing in a vertical breathing style, which is an anatomically dysfunctional breathing style for numerous of reasons. One being that shoulders and neck were never meant to be breathing muscles, and when we engage them thousands and thousands of times throughout the day, we accumulate shoulder and neck pain and tension, but also a very specific nervous system state of arousal is being triggered. It's the fight and flight mechanism of our nervous system that is being triggered every time you use your shoulders and neck, and you're being put into a fight and flight state of arousal. So adrenaline and cortisol is being released in your body, and your heart rate goes up, blood pressure goes up, inflammation goes up, and immunity goes down. And we want to assess the wrong breathing style and relearn how to breathe correctly by using the most important breathing muscle, which is our diaphragm. It's a primary breathing muscle, and this is my little diaphragm model. It's a vegetable femur. So the diaphragm is located smack in the center of our body, right under our rib cage, and it actually goes all around the circumference of our body, all around. It's even connected in the back of the body to our spine, the ligaments. And so on an inhale, it pushes the rib cages out to the sides, and it actually widens into this pizza-shaped muscle, widens 14 centimeters out, all the way, if we let it, if we practice good horizontal, anatomically correct breathing. So it stretches out, pushes the rib cage out to the side to create more space for oxygen to go down to the blood, to get down to the largest parts of our lungs, which are located in the back. This is where 80% of our lungs are seated. This is where 20% of our lungs are. So our lungs are three-cone shaped. They're like triangle, small on top and large on the bottom. And we want to get oxygen down to the largest parts of our lungs. Another major factor is the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is a part of our autonomic nervous system, and it contains of two parts. One, vagus is Latin, first of all, and it means wandering, and this is what this nervous system does. It wanders throughout our whole body. This is its first part. So it's our brake mechanism. It's active 24/7. You're asleep, your vagus nerve is aware and awake. And the second part of it is a cranial stem cell that goes from the center of our body through the diaphragm, through there, down into our gut. That's the second part. And that's also where your gut instinct comes from. But also every time you breathe using your diaphragm, inhaling and exhaling, your vagus nerve is stimulated to be in a parasympathetic state of arousal, which is to rest and digest as opposed to fight and flight. And the rest and digest is where we want to be in at all times. for it promotes low heart rate, low blood pressure, that's what we want always. It promotes digestion. Just as the vagus nerve goes through the diaphragm, also our esophagus goes through it as well. And every time we eat, the esophagus being pulled down, and the wave-like movement our intestines are doing, which is called peristalsis, is being promoted. But also when we inhale, the diaphragm gets pushed down 10 centimeters and creates a nice little pressure on our intestines, onto all of our organs, and gives them all a nice little push. It stimulates our lymphatic drainage system. When we breathe in an anatomically congruous way, horizontally, and it brings down the acidity in our body, as well as I explained earlier, it's connected to the spine. If this is the spine, this is the diaphragm. Every time we breathe, it gives our spine a nice little push, so it eliminates low back pain, and spinal fluid can easily flow, as opposed to just sitting there rigidly when you just breathe, engaging your shoulders and necks, and nothing happens here. So we were all born anatomically congruous, horizontal breathers, just like any other animal on this planet. We are all made to expand in the middle, in the center of our body, and contract again. But approximately at the age of 5, our breathing comes off. It has a couple different reasons for that to happen. One being we start going to school, we start sitting a lot. Sitting brings the quality of our breath down by 30%. But also it could be a wrong tumble in childhood. It could be a fearful experience, a traumatic experience. So our breathing comes off-road. There is also another breathing style called the paradoxical breather. This is when you inhale and the belly goes in, and then you exhale and the belly goes out. It's actually the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. And so please watch out for that one as well. When you do an assessment, see if your breathing is fluid and goes out on an inhale and back in on an exhale. And it's all not a problem. 9 out of 10 adults are breathing in an anatomically incongruous way. So that's why we're doing the breathing class. We're gonna shift your breathing back into healthy, supportive, anatomically correct breathing style. For oxygen is self-fuel, and we need it to be present 99% in all of our cells, and every illness and disease begins with a lack of oxygen on cellular level. So we want to boost immunity and really use up the space in our body to also nourish our brain, which eats 20% up all the oxygen that we're breathing. With oxygen, we're gonna start with very easy exercises that you can do in front of the desk. And for this, please just don't eat about an hour and a half before class. Wear comfortable clothing, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you all and teaching breathing to you. Have a good day.